playoffs, what are their next moves? What should they do?
I said this on Talk with Your Boy that it's time. The Lakers have to rebuild. If they can't make the playoffs this year with the rosters and the moves that they make, it's time for them to rebuild. Now, whether you wanted to call that championship, whether it was fake win or whatever, they still got it done. They got something out of it regardless. And that sometimes you got to move on from Anthony Davis. He's a good player. He's gonna probably be a bona fide Hall of Famer. But you got to move from him, and I don't think they're gonna fire Darvin Ham. I don't think it's a fair assessment. And like you said, this was the wrong job for him as a first head coach. If he was coaching like a younger team where he could develop and learn, then that would be a different. We'll look at him totally different. But him coaching a young team, and you know how this media circuit and Lakers fans are, they're not patient at all. So yeah. I think if they don't make the playoffs, I think it's just time for them to trade Anthony Davis and just move on. Just move on. Period.
Okay, Flea, let me hear it.
Run it back. Run it back with what you got right now. You see that you a night and day. The team looks night and day. And after those trades made, Vanderbilt, D'Lo, Malik Beasley, like they're a completely different team. I say you run it back. You're going to get – Braun comes into the season healthy every year. Braun could be 50 years old. He's going to come ready to play, right? Like, he's going to come in shape, focused, ready to play basketball. Now, we're dealing with a 38-year-old LeBron James who gets hurt now, who gets nicks and knacks, who doesn't play through a sprained ankle, who doesn't play through a fractured finger. Like, he's going to take his rest. So my initial thought is – run it back with the team you got right now, because if you get an 82-game season out of this team right here, they're not the 12th seed or the 13th seed. They're in the mix somewhere 1 through 6, right? So I say that, but I'll be honest, my last 15 seconds, Turbo ain't wrong in terms of at some point you got to start thinking about the future. And the future, in my opinion, doesn't start and end with Anthony Davis. You gotta move on from that. That can't be something that you deal with year in and year out. How many games is he gonna play? How available is he gonna be? We gotta low manage this. You gotta be an elite team to have to deal with that type of shit, and they're not good enough to deal with that long term.
Okay, got you. Both of y'all made great points. I'm gonna make mine short and simple. I'm gonna go another route. If the Lakers don't make the playoffs, they need to look into firing Rob Pelinka. They need to look into firing Darvin Ham, and they need to look into Jeannie Buss. She's had a horrific time with the Lakers. Without that ring in the bubble, which is a ring, I'm not going to say bubble. We laugh at Dolan and our Knicks, but the Lakers at one time was a laughing stock of the league as well. And they're still continuing to be a laughing stock. So if they don't make the playoffs, Jeannie Buss, I will look into her as far as I'm not saying you may have to come down. Somebody else may need that job. We made fun of your brother, but you're not doing no better. Darvin Ham needs to be fired. Rob Pelinka needs to be fired. And I agree with Turbo and Flea. They need to move on from Anthony Davis. But I'm going to throw a caveat in there. LeBron James. Can we depend on you to still be our leader, or do we need a bona fide superstar and you play second fiddle? That's an honest question he needs to be asked. I'm sorry, at this age.
He tried to do that with AD. AD seemed like he'd been running from that.
No, I understand. But now I'm saying a bona fide superstar that isn't hurt. We tried it with AD, but I'm saying now, LeBron, will you buy in? Yeah. Remember, the fans don't have to know this, right. But you have to understand this. Your minutes may have to go down. Your shot selection, as many shots as you get may have to come down. Are you willing to do that? So I think the Lakers have a lot of things they need to discuss. Fabian, take us home.
I want to combine your point and Turbo point. It's over for that regime, especially if they don't win, especially if they don't make the playoffs. They have a chance not to get into the playoffs. The position that LeBron James and a lot of these athletes think that they're in, the Michael Jordans and LeBron James of the world, again, I refer to the quarterbacks as presidential. Same thing with them. They got into a position where you better talk to them at the peak of their powers. You have to speak to them when it comes to, hey, can we trade for this player or that player? LeBron took that to the next level. He's basically a general manager. So guess what? In my opinion, the Lakers got to trade AD and LeBron, do a package deal, call Utah because they clearly got a great relationship the way they fleeced whoever and got rid of Russell Westbrook. And I will call Pat Riley, an old buddy. Give LeBron the ultimate karma. You going back to where you left or you didn't want to leave because this guy controls everything because it's over. You can't stay with Anthony Davis there because that means Rich Paul stays there. No way can that happen if you're the Lakers. So that's my opinion. You got to get rid of both of them.
Wow. All right, hold on. Rapid fire. 30 seconds. Flea, you got something on your mind. Get it off your chest. I see it.
I love Fabian. I love that take because it had me thinking. It's like, what's the next? Like you move. Okay, so we all in the agreement, right? Let's be all in the agreement right here. We move on from AD and LeBron, right? Let's say that. Let's say we all agree on that. Then what?